Hello, everybody. David here. I would like to share a story, how a dream of mine came true. It was with Marc Rebillet, an artist that I found out about during the COVID lockdowns. It was probably the end of 2021. He was doing a lot of live streams. And I found out about him that way. And the thing that resonated so much with me was the improvisation that he was doing, the magic of the present moment, and flow. Yeah, in the COVID lockdowns, I spent a lot of time by myself in this room in my home. And I had a big speaker that I played a lot of his streams and songs that he made. And I would get into a muse and I would sing along and dance also. So he was a big inspiration for me to cultivate these abilities that I had, that I didn't pay much attention to before. Not nearly as much attention. But suddenly, thanks to him, I saw the joy that it's bringing me. And the joy became the reason why I would do it again, to dance and to sing in an improvised manner. And then some years forward, I started going to ecstatic dance events, which is just dancing sober, completely improvised with other people. That was fantastic. And I continued exploring singing. And along with these developments, these abilities, two abilities that I was developing, I was finding myself as well. It's been a form of therapy for myself and discovery of myself. And the biggest motivation for doing these has been the joy that has stayed. I continue to sing and dance because it's joy for me. And I trust that joy, and I've been following it. See where that leads me. Well, it was this year, the end of March, where I found out that Marc Rebillet has a tour coming on. So I checked out where he's gonna be, and I saw that the first location in Europe, where I'm currently in Denmark, and I come from and I grew up in Czech Republic. I saw that the first location he's gonna be in is Prague. So I immediately bought the ticket. Normally I wait with purchases like this one, like of bigger price, but that was perhaps the fastest purchase that I did. Very certain that I want to see him and I want to go. Very excited. So I planned the trip to go there, and I bought the ticket just for one day. I was really coming to the festival just to see him. That was my intention. And then after the purchase, I made the purchase. Some days passed, and then one night I went to bed. In the morning, I woke up and I remembered that I had a dream during the night. In the dream, I was with Marc on stage. And I remember waking up in the morning and being like, wow. What does this mean? No way. This doesn't happen usually to me. Usually I don't even remember most of my dreams. But yeah, I had the dream, and I felt called to remember that dream and think about it and perhaps try to make it a reality if it was a dream. And I shared it with many of my friends that I had that dream and that I'm going to the festival. So going to the festival, I prepared a cardboard sign that said, "Want to loop throat singing," because I do throat singing. And that's something that I haven't seen Marc work with before. I've seen him do violin, keyboard, piano, rapping, didgeridoo, I don't know what else. A lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. But I haven't seen throat singing. So I thought I have something to offer to spice up the show. So I came to the festival with the sign, and actually the night before, I remember being quite afraid that the dream is not gonna come true because I had sore throat. And this happened so rarely for me that I have a sore throat. I don't remember when I had a sore throat before. It's been very, very long time. But it was not so sore that I was not able to perform. So I remained trustful towards the realization of the dream. And then I came early to the show. Actually, before the show, I met one woman, and I talked with her, and I shared. I recommended her going to the Marc Rebillet show, and I told her about my dream. And then I came early. I was maybe in the 4th row waiting, and I don't usually go to concerts, so experiencing the crowd, the hyped up crowd, that was amazing. I really felt connected there, and it was so much fun already before he showed up on stage. And I had the sign with me, and I would after the show began, I would show it at times that I felt that I was vibing with the music, and I was in a good mood, in following the rhythm, and also that I saw that there was actually a good opportunity for him to loop in throat singing. So I did it. I put the sign up for the first time. I put it up for the second time, and then some people behind me told me that I should go in front. So I went more in front. I was in the 1st row, then 1st, 2nd row, right in front of him, really looking up like this and seeing him there. And then for the 3rd time, I put it up. I put up the sign, and I was looking at him straight. And there was something in me that was, yes, connected. I felt connected. And he looked at me, asked me if I can do throat singing, and I did the loudest that I could. Yeah. Then he came down, and he asked me to do a little bit of that, and then he invited me up. And I will now play a video that somebody took of this, so that you can see how it was.
You do that? You do that, sir? Hold on. Hold on now. Hey, hold on there. on, let's record that. Come on. Come on up here, we're gonna record that. All right, my dude, come right over here. Come right over. What's your name?
David.
David! Okay, and oh, wow. Hold on, let's see what note this is in. Let's see. Yeah. first show of the European tour starts in 25 minutes here in Prague. We've never played here before, and I'm alone in my green room having this moment that I always have at the beginning of every tour, which is just this anticipatory excitement at all the shows we have coming up and all the energy that we're gonna have to bring. And we are gonna bring it, and I cannot wait to see you guys. And yeah, I'm getting excited now. So I will see all of you very soon. Yeah.
And the whole experience of being on stage, I didn't know if it's seconds, if it's minutes that I'm on there. It was very overwhelming. It was overwhelming. Such an experience. It was a spiritual experience for me. I couldn't believe it. And I was, I'm incredibly happy that I was able to do the little bit of throat singing that I did on that day. It was the 21st of June that this happened, 2 weeks ago. And because I know that I can do much more throat singing, but I had a sore throat, and I also did the overwhelming emotions I was feeling. I'm happy for what I did. And then we looped in the throat singing. People loved it. I was incredibly happy. And then I was squatting there, kind of vibing, but also a little bit, what should I do? And well, I was enjoying it. I was trying to taking some deep breaths, also doing some more throat singing that people couldn't really hear because the music was loud. But Marc could hear it. He was giving me comments. Could hear that. And but then the music escalated, and he pointed towards me, and and I remember that something shook me. Him pointing at me and looking at me, it shook me, and something moved in me, and I started moving, and I started dancing. And that was not part of the dream, so that was completely improvised and spontaneous, and I'm very happy because I love the dancing, and I was able to share both of these passions there on stage. One that I dreamed of, and the other one improvised. And then I left the stage incredibly happy and still overwhelmed. I was for the rest of the show, and even the next day I had these flashbacks of being on stage and kind of couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe what happened, and the fact that I had a dream and then it happened. What a story to tell. So here I am trying to share it. And just remembering it, whenever I am remembering it, this story, or watching videos, I get joy. I feel joy. It's feels very good. And I remember after the show, after the show, there were maybe 50 people who came up to me, and we shook hands. They recognized me, David, because the whole song was David. And it was, for many people, it was a highlight. And maybe even for Marc, it might have been a highlight, because he shared videos of that moment on Instagram, and he seemed like he liked it. And I also read a little article that somebody also wrote about it, that about that moment, and that there was some kind of David on stage. But many people after the show came up to me, and some wanted even to take a selfie. Many asked me, what do I do with the throat singing and dancing? How did I learn that? And almost maybe more than half of the people that approached me were asking me if it was staged. What happened? And they felt that that it was so good, that that moment was so good that perhaps it was staged. And I told them, no, it was not staged. And some of the responses that I got were very, very hilarious. Some people couldn't believe it, and they started running in circles. Yeah, I met that woman also afterwards, and she couldn't believe it either. I met she couldn't believe it, that she met me randomly before the show, and I told her about it, and then it happened. I had a dream, and I followed it. It happened. Wow. With Marc, who has been my greatest inspiration in the past years, with the singing and dancing that I do. Wow, what a story. And since then, it has landed that this thing actually happened. Wow. And I feel more inspiration to continue with my artistic pursuits, singing, poetry, dancing. So in the past week, I've experienced a lot of inspiration, and I am looking forward to this joy that I feel towards the music and the show that Marc is doing, but also the joy that I am getting from the singing and dancing. I follow it, and I feel even more called to follow it. Let's see where that goes. Take care.